Hi, everyone. My name is Elizabeth here with Elizabeth Quilts, and this is my first live video. I've never tried it on YouTube before. I've done plenty of lives on Facebook back when I actually owned a shop, and I used to do lives on there all the time. So this is actually my first live on YouTube, and it's not so much different. It's not diff no, it's not so much different than Facebook. So, I'm just popping on to introduce myself to a whole bunch of you who have signed up to watch to my channel. I mean, I am so grateful. I am so grateful for all of you who have joined my channel and want to be a part of my very first quilt along. I've never done a quilt along before, so it's going to be interesting to uh to see how I do with this. You guys be kind and be gentle uh with my first ever quilt along. So I did purchase the EQ8 software and it is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm having so much fun designing quilts for our upcoming quilt alongs. So we are going to hopefully have so much fun. If you're joining me and you do subscribe to my channel, can you say hi? Can you say hi to me and let me know that you're here? I think I have everything. Like I said, I've never done a YouTube live before. It's not so different from Facebook, but it's a little different. And I just wanted to come on and introduce myself. Um, it was a busy first day back at work after being off for 2 weeks. I'd certainly enjoyed my time off, and it was a struggle going back to work today. But the day passed really fast. And yeah, so it's back to work. So I'm thinking about adding 2 more days. We'll see if I can keep up. Because again, I do work a full time job. I work about 45 to 50 hours a week. Um, so I do have a full time job, which is not much compared to some other people who work, a lot more hours than I do. Um, but I'm thinking about adding Mondays and Wednesdays. Okay. I think, okay, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I'm not sure. If you dropped a comment below, I'm trying to figure out if I can see it. I'm going to drop a comment in here just to see if I can see it. Okay, so I can see it. Okay, so anyway, I'm thinking about adding maybe Mondays and Wednesdays, and of course every Friday our sew along video or quilt along videos post every Friday, 7 p.m. So if you're doing the quilt along for me, Fridays at 7 p.m. is when those will go, and it starts this Friday, January the 5th. So if you're interested in doing a quilt along, this is a very easy quilt. It does have some half square triangles in it, but do not let that dissuade you from trying your first quilt, because these are really big blocks, and really big blocks are really super simple to make. It's much easier on you when you're just learning how to quilt. So don't be put off by some half square triangles, okay? It's really simple. It's going to be really easy to make. And those of you who do follow my channel, Grayson is around here somewhere. He's being a little turd this evening. He is. I don't know where he is, but he is around here somewhere. So I'm thinking about adding Monday and calling it Sew Easy Monday, and it will be more or less very beginner friendly quilts. And I was inspired by, let me look on my phone so I make sure and get it right. Let me pull up my YouTube channel. Hi, Eileen. Oh my gosh, isn't Grayson hilarious? And he is being a turd this evening. I mean, I said, I have had one cat before. She's with my mom and dad now, but I really didn't have her that long to really get to know how cats are. I didn't have her just a few months. But Grayson is my first ever cat that I've ever had, that he's all mine. And he's something else. He is something else. So I was inspired, and I'll show you the picture of the quilt that I'm thinking about doing on Mondays. Let me go to my subscription I was inspired by, let me find her because I was just watching her channel earlier today, and she's been talking about this block forever. And come to find out, it is in my EQ8 software, so I can design my own quilt, share the quilt pattern with you, share all the measurements and everything with you. And yes, they do, Eileen. They have very distinct. There you are, the quilted chicken. There you are. I was looking for your there you are. I found you. I was looking everywhere for you. So let me pause this right here. So you inspired me at the Quilted Chicken Farm. So but yes, cats, just like dogs, like my Bella is my dog, and she has a very distinct personality. She is a drama queen. For one, she is a super drama queen. You know those flea drops that you put between their shoulder blades? You would think we committed a heinous crime when we put that on her. The world stops turning, sun stops shining, and the universe implodes when you do that. It's ridiculous. So, but Grayson, yeah, Grayson's a hoot. He is a hoot. So, and I think the Quilted Chicken Farm, it's Rita, right? Let me know that that's your name, that I have the right name, because I might not have the right name. I was trying to look at your channel right quick. So you inspired me. I went on my EQ8 software and I did find that the block that you've been talking about on there called the Carrie Nation block. And I am thinking that this is the perfect block for us to do on this channel too, because you inspired me. You did. You absolutely inspired me. But I was already thinking about doing Monday videos and calling it So Easy Mondays or It's So Easy Mondays or something like that. So this is the block that I designed on my EQ8 software. And I don't know if this is like yours or not. I'm not sure if this is similar to the block. I haven't went and looked. Yes, you are, Rita. Yes, I did remember. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know which one I follow, Rita, on your channel. I do follow you. Do a lot of quilting on there, so that's the one I actually follow. That one, and I watch you every time you post. So I even watched your live today. So all of y'all go over and check out Miss Rita. Check out her channel. Um, so I don't know if this is the what your quilt's going to look like when you piece it together, but I've always wanted to do a trip around the world, always. And I've never been really brave enough because a lot, the ones that I've seen that you do, you sew them together in this tube and then you separate it in rows. I get confused very, very easily. And I'm afraid that would confuse the far out of me. I am really, oh, yeah, absolutely, Rita. I totally get it. I'm a farm girl. I might live in the city now, but I grew up on the farm. Cows, chickens, goats. I love goats. I love me some goaters. Let me tell you what. Uh, as a person who is allergic to milk, I'm not just lactose intolerant. I actually have an allergy to it. Um, so goat milk I can tolerate somewhat. So I learned to make my own cheese. I learned to make my own butter living when I had my farm, and it was all made out of goat's milk. So and I even did a lot of research, figured out which goats produce the most butter fat. So because they don't have as much butter fat as a cow. So anyway, so this is the quilt that I'm thinking about doing on our It's So Easy Mondays. No half square triangles, none at all. It's all squares. I'm in Arkansas, Rita. I live in Cabot. I live in Cabot, Arkansas. So, and I think you're from Arkansas too. And I'm to follow another girl called Arkansas Gals, and she is in Paragould. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm originally from Alabama, is where I'm originally from. So this is the block, and it is the Carrie Nation block. And then I love with the EQ8 software, you can try out fabrics. So this is not what my fabric is going to look like. I'll show you the fabric that I'm going to use. And I've had this fabric for years. Why am I holding on to it? It's time to use that mess so we can replace it with something more modern, I guess, that's more up to date. But this is what our block will look like. And then it also tells me the dimensions to cut my block out. I love this software. I'm so glad I bought this software. And I got a really good deal in it. And after Christmas, they had a special going on. So I did get a discount coupon. And if you haven't ever tried it and you're just a hobby quilter, I think that you would love the EQ8. Now, I am not affiliated with them in any shape, form, or fashion. I just bought the software. I've been wanting it forever, and I love it. Love it. Oh, your daughter-in-law is from Cabot. That's wonderful. Yeah, yeah, not as many busy fabrics. Yeah. I kind of like, busy, bold. But the fabric that I'm actually going to use, yeah, Cabot Ward. Yeah, Cat Ward is like 5 minutes up the road. Well, traffic here is horrible. Come from a little bitty small town and I moved. This is like megatropolis to me. We don't even have a red light. I don't even have cell phone service down at we still own our family farm in Alabama, me and my dad, and there is no cell phone service. It's kind of that remote. So you go from that down to Cabot. To me, it's a megatropolis. And I work in Little Rock, so that really is big city there. So the fabric that I have chosen to use for my trip around the world is this fabric right here. It's Serendipity by Moda Fabrics. Do I have it up? Oh, I got it upside down. How about that? And it is by Amy Ellis for Moda. And I'm gonna take this off. Let me open it up so I can just show you. And it's kind of a busy fabric too. It is. It's kind of a busy fabric. Let me look through here and show you some of the colors that's in here. Let's see here. So you have this, but now bear in mind, we're going to cut this down to like 2.5-inch squares. So it probably won't look near as busy. I don't know. It might be pretty busy. And then there's another one. And boy, you can see the one behind it too, can't you? Let's see what that puppy looks like. Oh yeah, here we go. And then there's that one. So yeah, it's probably going to be really, really. Thank you, Rita. Thank you. And then let's see, got that one. And I'm a pink girl. I like pink. So, and then there's that one. I'm not going to show you. I mean, you don't probably won't want to see them all, but and then there's those. So it is going to be kind of busy. And there's that. And I have a ton of this fabric, by the way. There's that one that's kind of it's actually a gray. It looks blue on the screen. It might help if I turned on this other light right here. I do have another light. Let me see if I can turn it on right quick. Oh, helps if you plug it in. It does help if you plug it in and then turn it on. It's really hard to turn on. I don't know if that might have helped just a little bit. And then it's actually a gray. It's not showing up on the screen correctly. And then that's a dark gray. It's not really black, but it's a dark gray. So I have 2 charm packs of this. Wait till you see all this. I have a jelly roll of the same thing, and I have a layer cake. Same fabric line. I know, right? What was I thinking? I liked it back when I bought it, and I think after I got it in, it was like, I don't really like that. Have any of y'all ever done that? Have you ever bought fabric online? Because I did buy this online. You buy fabric online, and then you get it in, and you're like, that's really not what I thought it would look like. I think that's what happened in this case. So I have plenty of this fabric, and I'm going to make whatever size quilt this makes. This is what we get. So, and I'm going to use it for everything, the background, all of it, all of it. I'm going to make it out of that fabric. So whatever size it makes, that's the size it makes. Yeah, me too. I'm so excited that we're in the same state. Absolutely. If we lived close enough, I'd love to meet you in person. That would be awesome. So if anybody follows my channel that lives here in Arkansas, I do live in the Cabot area. I live in Cabot. I would love to meet up with you guys. Would love to, but I did. Hey, love, how are you? My son and his games, I love it. I love it. But when I did the introduction, I did say that this is my first ever YouTube live. I've never done a YouTube live before. It's not so different from Facebook Live. Back when I owned my own store, um, I did lots of Facebook Live, so I'm very familiar with how that works. But I thought it would be nice instead of doing pre-recorded videos that we could kind of talk face to face, I guess. Is that a good analogy, a good way a good way to describe it? And like I said, I'm thinking about we're going to do this, and I thought about doing it as a live sew along. The only thing is you guys probably wouldn't be able to watch me sew because I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that would work to do it as a live sew along. I'm not sure. What do y'all think? What do you think about that? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. A lot of people love lives. Yes, and where we can chat together, and that's how we create bonds and we create community and friendship is through meeting one another. Even though, hey, Amber. No, it doesn't say your name, Amber. It just says my son in his games. It is very nice to meet you, Amber. It is very nice to meet you. So, and with this world of technology that we live in, we have become so disconnected from one another. We Because we text instead of talk, and which works perfectly. Like my son and my granddaughter, one of my granddaughters, I have two. One of my granddaughters lives in Alabama. FaceTime is excellent for that. I don't get to go down very often. It's been a couple years since I've been to Alabama, and but we get to FaceTime. So technology does have its benefits, and it also has its drawbacks because we become so disconnected from one another. And this is where the lives come in. We can actually communicate on a more personal basis. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, yeah. Rita, I'll sure try and join you at 7:30. I might not get to stay long because we go to bed pretty early. I'm trying to stay up later, but it's so hard. We get up about 4 a.m. every morning, and you live on a farm, so you know all about getting up early. I leave, uh, I generally get up about 4:30. I'm at work by about 6:15-ish, because if I don't, I don't have time to get stuff done at all. Oh, hey, Jody, thank you. So what do y'all think about maybe doing a live sew along? What do you think about that? We could chat like this while I sew or while I cut. I don't know, like I said, if you'd get to actually watch me sew. Um, Oh, well, thank you, Rita. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not exactly sure how to come up on panel. I'm not sure how to do it, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Oh gosh. So we're going to embark on this. This is one of the quilts that we will be doing, and our quilt along starts this Friday. So y'all don't forget, this Friday we are starting our quilt along on those big, huge, giant 18.5 by 18.5 inch blocks. And I've got all of the videos recorded with the exception of just maybe a couple. And they'll be posting every Friday at 7 p.m. I didn't want to put too much out there going back to work. So I worked really, really hard to record a whole bunch ahead of time. So I'm not, because I'd stress myself out. I'm just telling you, I'd stress myself out. Oh yeah, absolutely. Rita, you're starting a sew along and I want to join in. We'll see if I have time to work that in, but my plan is to join in on your sew along and see what you guys have going on your channel. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll see if I can. I'm going to take a picture of that so I can remember how to do that. I'm taking a picture of your comment so I can figure it out. You're way more YouTube savvy. I'm just learning all this mess. I'm not totally technology challenged. I work on a computer every day, and I don't know if y'all can see, my eyes are probably bloodshot because I tell them it looks like I do drugs or something because my eyes are always bloodshot because I work on a computer all day long every day, and my eyes get really, really red. Yeah. Yeah, we figure it out. We're smart chickies. We're smart chickies here. We can figure things out. No, I didn't own a fabric store. I didn't. No, I didn't own a fabric store. Um, I owned a store where I sold crystals, like clear quartz, amethyst, and things like that. That's what I sold. That's what kind of shop I had. I sold stones, rocks. That's what my husband called it, was my rock shop. But COVID kind of did that one in. It was, and I tried to restart the business after COVID, and it just, yeah, it it did take off, but the stress of my job had changed quite a bit in the time of over COVID. I took on more responsibilities. I'm a project support administrator. That's what I do. I manage multiple projects at a time, or I don't manage. I admin multiple projects at a time. Let me correct that. I do not manage them. I admin them. I support Me and another girl support 5 managers who do manage the project, and we're responsible for all the financials, accounting, billing, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, my job's very, very stressful. So, I didn't, yeah, after COVID and I tried to restart the business, it was like, "Nah, I can't do this. I can't do this." But I miss people. I miss people, even though I work where I work, it's kind of a real close knit group, and I do get to meet interesting people from all around the world. And I get to, I've met some really interesting people. Put it that way, really interesting people from all around the world, and work with people from all around the world too. Our company is based out of France. I work for Dassault Aviation and or Dassault Falcon Jet. You can Google them, and you can see that we manufacture and service. I work in the actual service center, uh, but Dassault Falcon Jet manufactures business jets, some of the finest business jets in the world. And I'm a little prejudiced. And I work in what's called the service center, just like you have to carry your car in to have it serviced. You have to just take your plane in for maintenance. Same thing. Oil change it, same thing. It's maintenance. You have to carry your jet in to have maintenance. So that's what I do. I work as a project support administrator. So I love my job. Absolutely love my job. I do love my job. Looking forward to retirement, but I love my job. So this is just a really good time for y'all to get to know me, I think, without me sewing and yeah. So you get to know me. And what else? Oh, and I have something else I want to make. I have this pattern. I was subscribed to and I'm not affiliated with these people. Nobody supports me. No, I'm not affiliated with anybody in any way. Just on my own here. So I subscribed to a pre-cut box for a little while called Precut. The Precut Precut Quilts. That was the name of it. I subscribed to it for a couple months. I didn't subscribe to it long, but they had this quilt pattern in there. I want to make this quilt. I have the fabrics to make this quilt. If y'all would love to make this quilt, we can add this to our to-do. Yeah, there it is, pre-cut quilts right there. I'll let y'all take a look at that so you'll know. And you should, hopefully you can purchase, you would have to purchase the pattern, and I'm trying not to do that. But I want to make this quilt. There we go. I'll flip it around. Oh, that would be wonderful to open up a fabric shop. That would be wonderful. No, it's not hearts. I don't see hearts. I know where the fabric is, but it would take me a few minutes to go dig it out for you to see it. So, oh, yeah, the little hearts are on the back. That's their logo. Can you see it? That's their logo. So I did subscribe to their box for a little while, and it was a lot of fat quarters. I think there was somewhere about 18 fat quarters in their box, but it was like 60 something dollars. So I only did it for just a few months because to me it was kind of expensive. I'll just put it that way. It was kind of expensive. So, but anyway, I want to make this quilt. And if anybody would like to join me, in making this quilt. I'll hold it up so y'all can see what the name of the quilt pattern is. Open Road Trip Quilt Pattern. And it's really, really simple, and it would be super easy for a beginner. So if somebody would be interested in sewing along with me, we could do that one together. But I really love designing my own quilts. I really have fallen in love with designing my own quilts. And I've been working on our next quilt that's going to be a spring themed kind of quilt. And I also have the idea for our summer quilt. I've been working on our fall slash Halloween quilt. Already got that in the design. And I'm thinking through our Christmas, how to do Christmas quilt and some other sewing projects, that we could add in there. I'm thinking I have an idea for Easter. Do y'all want to hear what my idea for Easter is? Got to drop a comment below and let me know. Do you want to know what it is? I can tell you what my idea, and it would be small. It would be like a wall hanging. It would be a wall hanging. So it will be small, maybe 9 by 9 blocks is what I'm thinking. And oh, I can't wait to see that one, Rita. Yeah, I know y'all want to know. I know you do. So I'm thinking for Easter that we could, and I would do a PDF of the pattern. We could create our own Easter eggs out of fabric, and we could decorate them like with ribbon and trims and maybe beads and laces. Some of it might have to be hand stitched on, but we would, for the most part, do it on the machine. And all those fancy stitches that you have on your machine, how often do you use those? I mean, be honest about it. How often do you use all those fancy stitches on your machine? I can tell you, I rarely use mine. So, wouldn't it be cool to do Easter eggs and decorate them with those fancy stitches on our machines? And like I said, you could add ribbon, you could add lace. Oh, it's up on the top of the thing over there. I can't get to it. It's way too tall for me. And I was going to show you some of the trims and stuff I've collected over the. We won't go into how long. So, what do you think? Do you think you'd be interested in doing that? And like I said, it'd probably be like a 9 by 9. We would probably do them about 6 inches. So each block would be a 6 by 6, and we would applique the eggs on to the block. Don't be scared of applique. Applique is super, super easy, and it's nothing to be scared of. And we would do like Lori Holt does her applique, where you would sew on interfacing, and then you would turn it right side out, and then you would stitch that down to your background. So yes, absolutely, you could make Easter egg placemats. You could do whichever you would want, but I really like that idea too. Easter egg placemats. Mhm. Yeah, heat and bind, absolutely. And I like heat and bind, but have you noticed how it gums up on your needle, or is it just me? I have noticed where it gums up on my needle, and I didn't mind doing it back when I had another machine, but since I bought me a Bernina. Always, y'all have heard me talk about my Bernina, and I'm so sorry if that I bring it up all the time. It was my dream machine. I dreamed about owning a Bernina because they're the best and blah blah blah. I love her. We got off to a very, very rocky start, and I hated her when I first got her, and it was nothing to do with the learning curve because I'd had a Janome 15,000, and it's a very if you know anything about the Janomes, you know that it was a very tech machine. So it wasn't really the technology; it's just that she had some issues from the factory, and so we got off to a rocky start. But I love her, and she has these amazing stitches that I never use ever. So wouldn't that be cool? I think it would be cool. Aw, Amber. Yeah. Now I know who you are. I couldn't figure out who you were, Amber. But now I know. And I love you, sister. I love you to the moon and back, girl. I just didn't, with your name, my son and his games, I didn't realize who you are. Oh, yeah, I know. I love your featherweight, Rita. But Jody, yes, doing placemats, you could absolutely tweak it, and you wouldn't it be cute to do like an egg, like 3 different eggs on a placemat and have them facing different directions? You know, 3s, you always need to do groups of odd numbers because it attracts the eye. So you could put like 3 eggs on there, and that would be so cute. It would be so cute. Amber, we're gonna have to get you to sew one. Mhm. You know where I live, and I have a spare sewing machine. We're gonna have to get you to sewing. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. So I don't know how long y'all generally do a live on here. Yes, exactly. Absolutely. I don't want to just sit here and keep chatting away and, bore y'all to absolute tears. Oh my gosh. So, anyway, so y'all really, whoever logs online and watches this after we get done with our chit chat, if you would like to do a live sew along on Mondays called "It's So Easy Mondays," let me know. And I'm thinking about Wednesday, maybe adding another video on Wednesday. And I thought it might be something to do with hand stitching because I find that so relaxing. I crochet too. I do crocheting, but it's like I did not make this. Don't think that I made this. I bought this at the thrift store. I didn't make this, but I do love to crochet. And but that's kind of boring. I mean, they don't want to watch me crochet because I don't do anything that's spectacular. My daughter can crochet like nobody's business. I mean, she is just fabulous with crochet. Me, she can make all this fancy crap. She made me a coat, and which is way too big now. I can't even wear it. But anyway, she made me a coat, and it's just amazing. People that can crochet stuff like that, and they do good just to do single and double crochet. So there we go. Oh, Amber, yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to get you to sewing, Chicky. Oh, yeah, hand stitching is absolutely so maybe on Wednesdays we could do hand stitching. Uh Figure out a little jingle name for it on Wednesdays. Slow down Wednesday. Or something like that. But I love to hand stitch. And I follow a group of girls on Roxy's Creations. They have a YouTube channel, and I do link them in an upcoming video, but it's going to be in a couple of weeks because I talk about them. Hold on just a minute. My nose is running. Oh, goodness. So, uh, but hand stitching is so relaxing, and it doesn't just have to be. I don't have it out here. I don't have anything I need out here. I cleaned up my sewing room, and now I have nothing out here that I need, but just like quilting stuff. I took all my hand stitching stuff and put it in my other craft room. So, but you can do journals, like if you like to journal, but maybe you're not a big writer, you can do fabric journals and use that as a form of self-expression, which I love doing that. And I have one that I can show you guys. Where I've done a fabric journal. It's not quite complete. I need to add a couple more pages to it. So that might be something I make myself sit down and finish my fabric journal. And I can absolutely show you that. You can just make works of art that serve absolutely no purpose except to bring you pleasure. And you can make it as a wall hanging, or you can fold it up and put it away when you're done with it. But slow stitching, there's a movement called slow stitching, and the Roxy's Creations, they're the ones who got me interested in it. I stumbled on them on YouTube. It was just in junk journals, because Amber knows that I make journals. So that's how fabric journaling is very interesting. And it doesn't have to be anything spectacular or, I was looking for my box. I don't know what I did with it. I do have, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did with it. But fabric journaling, I said you don't have to do anything spectacular, and it can be all raw edge because you don't ever plan on washing this. So you don't actually have to turn under the edges. They can be, and I love to tear fabric because I love that frayed look. And I wish I had my journal out here. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Um, but you don't have to turn under the edges to, what time is it? I don't wanna keep just chatting. I'm looking somewhere for the time. Okay, it's 6:43. So, and you can just stitch squares together. That's it, and you can just do a running stitch. There's a fancy name for it, and I can't remember what they call it now. But there's fabric journaling. We'll try that on a Wednesday. We will absolutely try that on Wednesdays. I'll maybe do that as a live on a Wednesday, and yeah, maybe do a couple of lives a week. I don't know. Y'all have to tell me. You have to suggest. Suggest. I can't believe I cleaned up my sewing room and now I have nothing. That's what it feels like. I have nothing out here to show you. I am never prepared, ever. Amber, you should know me that I fly by the seat of my pants. Amber can attest to that. I wing it. Almost everything I do, I wing it. So I'm never prepared. Even though I try to be. No, no. Yes, that is exactly what slow stitching is. It is a way to keep your hands and your mind busy. So when you get mind raised or you start obsessing over something, or obsessing is really good because I tend to do that a lot. Um, it helps you to refocus and redirect, and it calms your mind. So slow stitching is absolutely fantastic for that. And you don't have to have any special equipment. You just need needle, thread, and fabric. And let me tell you what, the best place to get fabric if you don't have any is, one, go if you're here in the US, you can go to the Dollar Tree. They sell little rolls of it. Might not be the color fabric you're looking for, but to get you started, it's a place to start. You can even use felt, like kids' felt. You can even use that and cut out shapes if you want to do that. So you can get started with slow stitching for relatively little money: needle, thread, fabric, felt. You can go to the thrift store, buy clothing, cut it up. I can't tell you how many times I have like 3 wedding dresses. One I bought in a thrift 2 I bought in a thrift store, and 1 I bought in a yard sale, and I cut them up to use the appliques because applique is so expensive. So I bought them and I cut them up, and then you have all that beautiful satin that you can use, and I give, for each wedding dress, I think I give $25 a piece for them, and it lasts me forever. And then the one I bought at the yard sale, I give 15 for. It has beautiful rhinestone embellishments on it that I cut up and I use into my slow stitching projects. But that is exactly what slow stitching is. It helps calm the mind and keep the hands busy. It redirects you, it refocuses you. I know, I love you too, Amber. I miss you, sister. Yes, it is a fantastic way to learn hand stitching, because after you get the basics down of just like attaching your fabric to your base, you really need a base. And I like to use, tell you what I like to use as a base for my fabric is that you go to the thrift store and you buy the baby little blankets, the little receiving blankets, because they're 100% flannel. And you can get down in Cabot, where I live, at the Goodwill. You can go to the thrift store and you can buy a set of 3 blankets for a buck 99, and you can get several squares out of one of those receiving blankets. I'm cheap, guys. I am cheap, and I have hobbies that are expensive, so I try to save money where I can. Dresses, men's shirts, women's shirts, skirts. The thrift store has fabric. They sell fabric all the time. Um, of course, I'm going to look around for something to show you, and I have no idea where it is. So, so all right. If you guys would like to, if you would like to try that, we could do that on Wednesdays. How about if you want to do it? We could, I don't know if we could start it this Wednesday or next Wednesday. We could probably start it this Wednesday, and we could do it maybe a live, and I'll figure out how to record and watch the comments at the same time. So if I'm recording, can I pull, like, the comments up on my laptop, or I could record on my laptop, I guess, and then, I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's winging it. I mean, what can I say? So I can show you the little blankets I was talking about because I do have them right here. So I save all of my scraps, of course, like all us good quilters do. Save all of my scraps. So all of my scraps I save to use in my hand stitching projects. So this is like little strips like this. I save, some are bigger, and some will go into quilts. They won't make it into the hand stitching. All right. Hand stitching, little bitty. You don't need very big pieces. You need little bitty. You don't need big at all for hand stitching. You just need little small pieces. That's a little big. I was trying to find some little small pieces in here for you guys. But anyway, your hand stitching just takes like little small pieces, little and small. But I'll figure it out. But this is my little bucket of. I used to have more scraps, and every once in a while I'll get tired of them, I guess is the way to, and I'll donate them, or if they're teeny tiny, little bitty, then they go in the trash because then it becomes like, Liz, why are you saving all this stuff? I mean, come on. I mean, I do use it, but it takes forever to use it in your hand stitching. But little bit, you don't need big. You need little bitty scraps. Oh goodness gracious! But they are not big at all. So this is what I'm talking, and it doesn't matter what color it is. Just you get them at the thrift store, bring them home and launder them, wash them and dry them, and then this is what I'm talking about. Can you see? And it's 100% flannel. You could even take this whole thing. You don't even have to cut it. And this may be what we'd actually do Wednesday. I may start with this receiving blanket and just start stitching. Just start laying stuff on it. It's just start, and you don't think about it. You do not think about it. You just start laying fabric patches down and stitch them down. Because that's the point. It's you're not to think about it. You're just to stitch. And then you'll be surprised at how your creativity comes out and it blossoms and it grows into something beautiful, to a beautiful work of art. So yeah, I'm going to leave this one out. And I'm going to take it back to my other craft room. And you can you can paint on fabrics. You can stamp on fabrics. You could, of course, use beads. You can use laces. You can use trims. You can use pieces of wedding dresses. Look in your closet. I bet you have clothes that you don't even wear anymore. Instead of donating it to the thrift store, don't feel bad about cutting it up. Because somebody like me is going to come along and go, ooh, that's a pretty piece of fabric. I'm going to buy that and take that home and cut that up. So think about that. So look around your house. Ask your parents, ask your brothers or sisters, your friends, all of them. Hey, do you have any lace or dresses? Ask them, do you have stuff you're going to throw away? I want to come go through your closet. They might think you're a bit weird, but however, yeah, mhm, I've done that. Mhm. So, but yes, I am going to take this little receiving blanket back to the craft room and we're just going to start stitching on it. And I'm going to make a wall hanging out of this. But you don't have to. You could cut it into whatever size squares that you want to cut it. And you can make it big or as little as you want to. If it's your first time stitching, you might want to start with maybe a 6x6 square or a 5x5. The bigger the area, the more that you have to cover. So just bear that in mind, is like the bigger the area, the more you have to do. So, and you might, if it's your first time, you might want to try just a little 5x5 inch square and see if it's something that you're going to be even interested in, before you commit. So I personally love it. I love hand stitching, and I find that it brings me great peace and great joy to take nothing, because you're taking scraps, nothing, and you're creating something out of it. So it's fantastic, fantastic. All right. And Amber, uh, you know where I live. If you want one of these, I have some of these. If you want to stop by, I'll give you one. And then you can cut it up and do whatever you want with it, or you can use the whole piece. So it's up to you. Wellness Wednesdays. I love it. Wellness Wednesdays. I'm writing it down. Writing it down. Hang on. I got a little notebook. Hey, I'm halfway prepared. Halfway prepared. And I got a pencil. Does it have lead in it? Yeah, it does. Mental health wellness Wednesdays. Oh, there we go. I got it. All right, guys. I think I have chit chatted your ears off enough for tonight. I think I'm going to call it a night and join Miss Rita. I'll join her at. I think she said hers comes on at 7:30. Oh, I hope I can join tonight, and I'll log on and join her. Hey, Radonna. Radonna, is that how you say your name, Radonna? Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name right. On Wednesdays, we're going to do this stitch along. I'm going to probably go live about 6. That would just work best for me. It's okay, Rita. I just said I was going to hopefully join your live at 7:30 tonight. So I won't be able to stay too long because, we have to get ready to get up in the morning. So, okay, Radonna, yes, it'll probably be around 6 o'clock, maybe 6:30, and we'll only do about 30 minutes. Usually that's plenty for beginner slow stitchers because your fingers will get sore. I mean, you will because you're stitching and you're not used to holding a needle, and you're gonna have a death grip on that puppy. You're gonna you're gonna squeeze it to death. Oh, oh yeah, you have church. I forgot about church on Wednesdays. But you can watch the replay. It would be fine to watch the replay. I know, but it's not as interactive. So, hey Sam. So we may think about. I have no idea what you're talking about, Sam. We're not talking about gloves. So maybe we'll rethink another night. Y'all let me know. We could do Wellness Thursdays. It doesn't have to be Wednesday. It could be any day. But we're nearly to an hour that you guys have listened to me ramble on. I am going to I'm calling it a night. I'm calling it this a night. So I'll be back here next Wednesday I'm going to try next Wednesday, next Monday. Maybe we'll do it on Mondays. I don't know. We'll work all this out. We'll work all of it out and we'll figure it out. Okay. So bye for now, my friends, and thank you, Rita. All right, I'll see you guys next Monday for the next live, and we may be sewing. Who knows? We'll see. All right, bye for now, y'all. Let me figure out how to shut this puppy out. I lost my mouse, guys. Lost my mouse. Where's my mouse? There it is. All right. Bye for now. Have a great evening.